started on Xbox when I was like 3 years old with the original Xbox. I played the Harry Potter movie tie-in games, all that good stuff. Then I moved on to the 360 and the One, and that came out when I was in high school. And and then I made the switch over to PlayStation thanks to some friends at the time, and I kind of want a new Xbox. Um, let's talk about the showcase. Yeah, let's just fucking get into it. Why not? I got notes written down here in my notebook, and this is cooked. I believe Asha Shawarma is the first. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The first woman CEO of Xbox, and she is the biggest dick out of any other man I've seen work for this company. I just want to jump the Halo remake. We're getting Halo Combat Remastered. Not only are they remaking the first game, adding 3 new prequel missions so we get a little bit of story beforehand. It comes out July 28th. I mean, I'm putting the gameplay right here. It's coming out July 28th, right? Not only that, too. It looks really good. It looks really good. And Bungie is hurting. Sony spent billions of dollars on Bungie, and then they killed Destiny. In the same week that Sony killed Destiny and Marathon officially flopped, Sony, Xbox, and Sony console war. They're fighting. Sony buys Xbox's biggest developer that developed. If Halo Combat Evolved didn't release at the original Xbox could have flopped. Halo is such an integral IP to them as a company. And Sony bought the company that made it and then ran that company into the ground. And then Xbox ran that IP into the ground. So Xbox remakes Halo. It looks like the best Halo I've seen since Halo 4 when I was a kid and that getting announced or teenager, but still, my point stands that Sony is shitting the bed with Bungie, and Xbox might be getting a lot of new hires soon. With all the layoffs and shit Sony keeps doing too to Bungie. But imagine killing Destiny, and then the original IP of that company swings with a fucking stainless steel bat. Like, it looks great. It looks fluid. The graphics are insane. The explosions, everything. The atmosphere was so tense. I loved. He only said one line, and it was like, okay, or something like that. Just hearing the original John voice actor just made me fucking freak out. I love Halo so much. Um, and they weren't done. Because then we got Persona 6 and their Persona 4 remaster exclusively releasing on Xbox at the start of next year, February 18th, 2027, with no release date for 6 announced yet. But they got the announcement and Sony didn't. I'm going to be honest. Sony had a great state of play. I love the new God of War game. But Xbox last year said they were gonna kind of vie away from hardware, focus more on streaming, focus more on the games, and everyone was like, "That's not a good idea." Then that CEO, I believe it was Phil Spencer, God bless him, that man still did a lot for us as gamers, but he thankfully, I think, at the perfect time, stepped down and let her step up, and this bitch is crazy, dude. She's awesome. I mean, let's be honest. We have Xbox has not been eating this good in a very long since before COVID. I don't think Xbox has ate this good since before COVID. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. These are all first party, like from Xbox Studios. Uh, Activision with the new Call of Duty looks gritty. I love the story. I don't think I've been this interested in a COD campaign since like Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, like I mean the original Modern Warfare 3. So I'm very excited. It looks dark. It looks gritty. I loved the DMZ gameplay they showed. I love the dark color palette, the night vision, all that good stuff. It looks like it's gonna be good. I just hope that the player base follows suit with Activision changing the flow of combat. It looks like they want a more serious toned, slower paced, heavier hitting kind of game. I just hope the player base can pick up on that and follow suit with that because we've gotten real used to the last decade having omnidirectional movement, being able to double jump, slide, dolphin dive, all this good stuff. It seems like we're kind of straying away from that, which I'm a fan of. I think that's why, even though Battlefield has had shitty releases, I think that's why they still have the large player base that does follow that franchise because you don't get that shit with Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Yeah. Clockwork Revolution. I love Bioshock. There's no release date on this or anything like that. They just gave us a trailer, some good gameplay, some good gunplay, some powers, how that stuff is gonna look. Just looks like steampunk Bioshock. If you love Bioshock, and we still haven't heard anything about Bioshock 3, even though it is in production, we do know that. It seems like this is the only shit Bioshock fans are gonna have to eat on for probably till like fucking 2030 at the rate this shit's been going. Um, I mean, it looks okay. I wish they would give us a window. I feel like it's probably gonna be like end of 27. I feel like that they might try to shoot that for end of next year. Um, Doom: The Dark Ages, uh, Revelations, I believe is what the story DLC releasing on July 7th is gonna be called. From what I heard, I'm not big on the new Dooms. I haven't really messed with them. I messed with the 2019 one. It was good. I didn't beat it. I just like got halfway through it, and I'm pretty sure something else. It was the early access for Baldur's Gate 3 that ruined that for me. But um, from what I heard of Dark Ages, it was a bit lackluster, and I remember hearing a lot of people were disappointed. They wanted more fleshed out, finishers and combat, a little bit gorier combat, which is funny to hear that as a complaint in the Doom games. Um, the mech and dragon stuff being kind of lackluster. Just the trailers fleshing it out more than the game was actually fleshed out. That kind of stuff. So I hope they can get from this DLC, what the base game seemed to be lacking. And then we get into another one of my picks, Fable, which kind of ties into the Halo and Persona stuff in my argument. This shit has been delayed. Fable has been delayed more times than Trump has felony counts. Dude, we've been waiting on this new Fable since I was a kid. Since I was a fucking child. I'm 24 now. Like, dude. But I'm telling you, dude, Xbox, they're turning up the heat, dude. February 23rd, 2027, and that is a set release date. The only thing that would surprise me more if Fable doesn't come out at this point on the date that they announced is if GTA 6 like flops. You know what I mean? I'm very confident Fable is going to release. Now, the thing I'm excited for and I'm scared of is the scope. They, in the new trailer, which I'm going to be having a little bit of it, playing, they made a big emphasis on player agency and choice, and it having as much of an effect on the world, people, and gameplay and story as it did in the previous titles. And if that's the case, I understand why they've delayed this game to hell and back, because that's a lot of game elements to flesh out. A disgusting amount. I can't even imagine the notebooks that those devs have on trees. And regardless, February 23rd, 27th. No, it looks good. It looks really good. We haven't seen too much of like combat, but the graphics look amazing. I know the writing seems like it's gonna hold, so just gotta wait and see. I'm sure for the Game Awards we're gonna get like a gameplay thing or something like that this year. Gears of War. I'm not a gear guy. I'm not. It was real big with my friends and all that good stuff. I know after 5, it kind of took a hit because, to my understanding, people liked it. They just didn't like the direction the story went. To my understanding, the E-Day looks crazy. They brought Marcus. To my understanding, Gears of War is just doing everything that everyone wanted Gears 5 to be, and I'm very excited to see them succeed. October 6th release date, we get a new Gears game right before Halloween. You get the OG protagonist back in the hot seat. It's a prequel, like it's showing the original emergence of whatever the alien bug things are in Gears. I'm not too sure. Um, looks good. I'm excited. They a good chunk of the showcase was Gears 4. I think it was close to like an hour straight. It was like when they talked about the Elder Scrolls 6 and like the making of it and like showing like new engine, going behind the scenes of the development of the game, seeing them use Unreal Engine 5 and all this good stuff, and it was very eye opening. Nice to get a different perspective like that. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. I mean, I kind of covered a lot of what I did want to cover. Um, a few of the honorable mentions I will argue is Minecraft Dungeons 2, September 29th. I played the shit out of the first Dungeons. It was fun. Disgustingly lackluster. It it was lacking so much content. Um, like I could tell they had an idea. They pushed out the idea and then they wanted another live service. Minecraft, I don't think was meant to be live service. It just ended up being a golden goose like that. And I think they wanted to make the first Dungeons game a live service. It kind of flopped. Um, and Dungeons 2 looks like just an expansion on the first one. Everything that I wanted from the game originally. You know, more dungeons, more enemy types, more weapon types, more armor. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it. And then a new fucking Spyro game. Now, I'll be honest, I don't mess with Spyro like that. I don't. A lot of my friends did growing up and all that good stuff, and I just, I just don't get it. I don't. It looks great though. We only got like a little teaser on a release, spring 2027. So they have around a year to finish getting it fleshed out and finish, all the stuff they feel like they need to, which I think is more than enough time to get that done. But State of Decay 3, we have been waiting on State of Decay 3 for 8 years, I think. I really don't remember when 2 came out. I think it was a launch. 2 might have been a launch title for the Xbox One. It might be over 10 years since we had State of Decay 2. Holy shit, I did not realize that. Regardless, looks great. It looks like just a return to form. Um, and and it's weird with zombie games because I feel like there's such an overabundance of them, but also a lack at the same time. It's just so inconvenient to everyone when everyone announces zombie games at the same time. It's like I wish if people were working on a zombie game, they could just announce it the moment you start pre-production. That way, like you can set up release times. Because I remember Days Gone, Back for Blood, um, holy shit, Dying Light, um, technically the Resident Evil games, um, God, all of those, and then the remakes on top of those. There's a lot of zombie content and good too. The Walking Dead Telltale games. Um, and it's nice to see Xbox kind of get back in the fight a little bit with that. Yeah, yeah. I guess we get to spend literally the rest of this talking about my main thing that I was not expecting. That being the Persona stuff. Um, but also Metro 2039. I thought Sony had the money. That's why they got the reveal that they did, but they don't. Xbox has the money. Xbox had a new trailer with gameplay, like good gameplay, so we got a better idea of like the story. Seems like there's some kind of fascist regime that we're gonna be fighting against. We're going back to another return to form, which I'm loving all these franchise and IPs doing. Metro one specifically, I'm very excited for because it's a return to form with a claustrophobic, radioactive, tight tunnels, really dark, gritty passageways, with massive mutated monsters that look like they could pick you up and throw you across a football field. And you're armed with a shotgun, and you have to decide if you want to blow a hole in the head of that monster that's going to kill you, or if you're going to use that shotgun shell to feed your family that night. It's a very interesting series, and I'm very excited to see what they do with it. Exodus was like a really good bow, though. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, especially after beating it, next gen, the PS5 upgraded version recently of Exodus, um, and fucking with all the DLC and that good stuff. They they wrapped it up with such a nice bow that I'm grateful that with them returning to it, it's a whole new everything. RTM is we're done with the RTM story. Looks like it's gonna be a new protagonist. We're bringing back the dark beings again, the dark ones, and it looks like just kind of like a remake of the first game, but better. So yeah, I just hope it doesn't fucking flop, and it does well. But pretty much been it for the showcase. You know, Xbox is swinging. Sony has been eating good for like almost half a decade now, and it's about time Xbox picked up the fucking slack. And especially with this new CEO, she is she's a fucking beast. So I'm excited to see what she continues to do with Xbox. And yeah, my name's Michael. This has been kind of my take on that Xbox showcase. I'll see you guys next time.